Hello. So you may have been reading some of my posts of late where I've been talking about imposter syndrome. So I thought now was probably a good time to share with you when I've experienced that. So through the majority of my HR career, I was very driven. I knew what I wanted to achieve. I knew the roles that I wanted to go for. So I went from a HR administrator role onto a HR advisor role, then onto HR business partner, HR manager, and then I got to the HR director role, which was something I always wanted to achieve. But then the moment I was promoted into HR director over Europe, Middle East and Africa, covering 20 countries for a global business, that's the first time I experienced imposter syndrome. So flying over to Boston in the US and then walking into the meeting with my peer group was quite an experience I'd never had before. So my stomach was churning, heart was beating in my chest, me thinking I'm not meant to be here. Will anything I've got to say be a contribution to the meeting? Am I going to make a difference? Am I going to add value? And then I was having to go and have a meeting with the CFO of the global business, which again, I felt really intimidated, that I wasn't worthy. So lots of feelings of imposter syndrome, which obviously, when we think about it rationally, I was promoted in that role because I'd got the skill set and the experience, the aptitude, and I was the person to fit the role. Otherwise, I wouldn't be in that position. So what I did to overcome a lot of that, because it was a very big role, it was my opportunity to shine, and I really didn't want that to fail. It was really important to me that I was successful in that role. So I hired a coach, and that coach worked with me in two ways, predominantly around me and me getting over my fears and really focusing in on the skill set that I've got to give, and also worked with me on my areas of weakness. So where I felt I hadn't experienced certain areas that I had to deliver on, he worked with me and he helped me really think through what I needed to do and how I needed to present back to the business. So I must admit, looking back now, I think one of the things or the strategy that made that role a success for me was having that coach, having that person behind me, knowing that I got that support, having a confidential sounding board where I could say, I haven't got a clue here, what I'm doing, what I need to do, how I need to approach this, because it was quite a whirlwind at the time, even though it was a job that I always wanted to get and I loved it, but I did need that support. So that coach really helped me make an impact on that role and help me deliver. So on the back of that, I felt fulfilled, I was happy, I loved what I did, I was making an impact, and again the fear and the imposter syndrome subsided once I got the help that I needed to get over that. So I'm interested to know if anybody else out there has suffered with imposter syndrome, and message or write in the comments what that was, what the situation was and how that made you feel, and also what you did to overcome it, because most of the time, what I could have done, I guess the easy option would have been to decline the promotion because I was able to achieve a HR manager level, but stepping up into that HR director role I felt were very big shoes, and I wasn't so certain about myself that I could actually do it. So what did you do to help you overcome imposter syndrome? I'd love to hear from you. Thank you.